Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would bring you along as I work on one of the mini kits that is included in the BibleJournalLove's September Renew Your Mind kit. This is lesson 17. It's a Bible study. Every lesson has a mini kit, and in this one it came with this page and some ephemera pieces and some pockets, and our little, every kit has a journal card for you to take notes. And so I'm going to show you what I did with those. I actually, and I'm sure most of you have probably seen something like this before, I made little tea bags. I saw this recently on Rach and Bella's channel on YouTube. I've seen it many times before, but it's just something fun and different to do with your journal cards. Usually, I'll show you, the journal cards come like this. On one side, there's a decorative side, and on the back, there's a place to put notes. So when you go through part of the study, which is on the website Bible Journal Classes, you have one part of the lesson that's about truth versus lies, identity in Christ, prayer, and application. So we usually just fold them in half and put them in our journals. And I thought, well, let's do something different. And so I made these cute little tea bags out of them. I cut out the little label at the top and attached that. And then you just open up your little tea bag, and I cut the journal card down to fit in there. And then I had some scrap paper, and then this is the front of the journal card. So I thought that is something different that we could do. On these I used some buttons and lace, and some of this ephemera is actually from Bumfuzzle Boutique on Etsy. I just happened to have it, and I thought the blue and kind of the peachy pink looked good. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you really quick how to make these. It's super easy. You know, if you wanted to make a bigger, just extra, you know, place in a journal for like extra notes, this would be a good project for that. So you're just going to need, I printed on double side on my paper. And so you just, this is a 2.5 by 9.5 inches. And then you're going to score at 4 inches and 8 inches. Now, you really, I mean, you don't have to score if you don't want to score. If you're good at folding, I mean, you could actually just take your largest little note card and just fold it like that. But I scored mine, so I'm just going to show you. So I just score this, and then I take my little extra pieces of paper for note paper. Just stack them up. Actually, I'm going to put this in back, and I'm going to hold it up to the top here. This is the top of our tea bag, and I'm going to bring my crocodile in. Now, if you have, you know, just a hole punch, you can just use a hole punch. So I'm just going to turn this upside down, and on the 3/16 hole, I'm just going to kind of eyeball the center. And then I'm going to take, this is some like baker's twine that I have in my stash. I'm just going to thread it through that hole. And then pull our string through. Now you could also use, like if you have a Tim Holtz tiny attacher. You can use that as well. And then I'm going to take, I cut out the little label that says prayer, and I'm going to hole punch this. I'm going to use the smaller 1/8 of an inch for this one. I'm going to hole punch that, try to get it centered if I can. There we go. You could put eyelets in here if you wanted to. I didn't. I'm just going to thread this through. So I doubled the string. You can just do it a single if you want, a single piece of string and tie a knot. So now I'm just going to tie kind of a double knot so that our little label, our tea bag label doesn't fall off. I love anything tea themed. I love projects with tea, and I love tea. So, and so then that's our label. And I'm just going to cut a little bit of this excess off. And then we want to angle our corners at the top so it looks more like a tea bag. Let me bring my scissors in for that. Just a little bit at an angle. It's a little bit thick because we've got our pages stacked up there, right? And so I'm just going to take this piece off that I cut, just flip it over, line it up on the opposite side so that I can get these kind of even. There's that. I'm just going to put a little bit of this saltwater taffy ink along the edges where I cut. And so then when you bring this up, you'll see it's too long. I left it long on purpose because what you can do, you can just, on some of these, like I just cut it off. I know on one of these, I think it was this one, I folded the paper down. So I'll show you. So on the, the opposite side, there's a little bit of paper, so yeah. Just adds a little something extra to your tea bag note cards. Isn't that pretty? I glue that down. Is that really straight? It's okay. Just making sure it's, I'm going to add some lace to this. I'm just going to glue this down here. Yeah, I got it crooked. That's okay. That's okay. Let's add some lace right there. You will never know. Yeah, so every Bible study has a lesson and a little mini kit for you to do. This particular Bible lesson is about peace, and the lessons are so good, and reading Robin's study that she just looks like she took so much time to put together is just such a blessing to read. And they're not super long, but I think it's a perfect combination of learning more about God and spending time in His Word, and then doing a little fun, creative, crafty project. So pull that a little tighter, and maybe we'll put a second piece of lace up here. Yeah, I don't have one with 2 pieces of lace, so let's do that. This is a great way to making these little tea bag note cards is a great way to use up your scraps. I know I always end up with a lot of scraps left over with my projects, and whether it's a digital you use or scrapbook paper. it's a great way to use up your scraps. So I'm going to bring in some of this ephemera. Let's see, some pretty flowers in here. Maybe the blue to just add the contrast there. That's all there is to it. Isn't that easy? I just think they're just so fun to make and so easy, and it's such a fun way to just do something a little bit different for your journal. Yeah, so I have some old buttons in my stash, so I added some buttons to some of these. So I want to go ahead and put the rest of my project together. So this lesson came with this page, and so I printed double-sided, cut it out, cut it down a little bit, and all I did was just fold it in half. I rounded the corners and I inked the edges, and then it came with this pocket. And I did cut that down a little bit and rounded the corners on the end, and it also came with these pockets. So let's glue our pockets in. This one, we're just going to glue just this little strip here along the top, down along the side, and then along the bottom. And you can put glue, a little bit of glue here, depending on what you're sticking in the pocket, right? So let's just line that up. These little mini kits are just darling. They're just adorable. And I mean, what a great way to finish off your little treasure journal or junk journal for your Bible study. You don't have to figure out, well, what am I going to put in my journal? Each little kit is already, mini kit is there for you already. You just get to decide what you want to do with those particular papers. I think I was going to lift that corner up so I can just kind of do kind of like a stacked pocket. Yeah. Let's do it like that. So you can still see a little bit of that paper. And then while that's drying, we have this, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, Psalm 23. I'm going to put that on my cover. So let me know in the comments if you are following along and doing the Renew Your Mind Bible study. This is a Bible study you can go at your own pace. So I joined, I was asked to be part of the design team kind of late in the month, so I'm playing catch up. I'm kind of going backwards. I'm doing the last lessons first, and then I'll go back and do the first lessons. So it also came with these cute tags. These cute, look at those little sheep, just darling. Now some of these extra elements were part of the original journal kit. So BibleJournalLove is on Etsy. I will link everything in the description box for you. And then you can also, there's memberships if you would like to do a membership instead through the Bible Journal Classes website. So let's see. So some of this ephemera is, like these are from the original kit. So I think I was going to use these hearts. This came with the little mini kit. So I'm going to use these as the top instead of putting like ribbon through my tags. He will be our piece. Micah 5:5. God is certainly my peace. Okay. I love some of this ephemera that's in the kit. Gosh, it's just, they're so pretty. So I think I have enough space to put it. You don't put it all the way at the top because it's kind of hanging over the edge of the tag a little bit. This one, Peace, Love, and Jesus. Let's do this one. They lots of brads in the kit. These paper brads, so pretty. And look at this little girl. Oh, she's so cute. Holding her little lamb. Let's see. Got kind of a peachy heart. I think I'm gonna. I've got this was. Let's do this one. Just such a fun. These are so fun to just work with. I love them. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna put that on this tag. So lots of extras to fussy cut out, or if you have a Cricut, you can have your Cricut cut everything out. Okay, so let's put our tags aside. Let's open our little folio back up and let's fill up the pockets. So I want to bring my tea bags in, my note tea bags. And let's pop these in. I'm gonna have, I gotta pull that up a little bit, so let me glue that down. And so cute. Just adorable. I want to see the little girl and her lamb. Cute. Okay, let's put another tea bag in. Make sure I can get all of these in here with our little tea bag labels, so you know which, when you get to your study and want to take your notes, you know which of your note cards to pull out. Let's see. This one back here. I kind of want to see that button. There's some old vintage buttons my mom sent me that were my grandmother's, and some of them were hers. I love working with those. I think it's so cute, these little. Okay, so we got this pocket here. We can put some of our tags in. And let's see, you can probably get this note back in here. A little tea bag note. This tag over here. And you can journal on the back of these tags too. And I'm going to put this word peace right here. Actually, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Let's put it on this side. There. Got some extra flowers. Butterfly. We've got our heart. I need to ink a little bit. I can see some of the white from the paper when I cut it out. So just ink that up so then you can't see that. Yeah, let's put our heart over here. She has like these little like washi tape strips in there too that are so cute. Let's use one of them. Let's put one right here. Let's see. put this flower right here. Just a fun, easy project. There's also a Facebook group called BibleJournalLove Circle where you can get some inspiration. You can post your pictures of what you've made with your journal. It's nice to share because we all are inspired off of each other's ideas. You know, we get ideas off of other people. Like I saw the tea bag idea on Rach and Bella's YouTube channel. I've seen it before, but it just, when I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for the little journal spots in my, the little journal cards for this study. So yeah, so that's why I made those. But when you share your ideas, we all get to benefit. Let's just put maybe this right here. Isn't that cute? Just something simple, like a little project that you can keep separate, or you can put it inside your little journal. So I'm going to put it inside here. I'm going to put this card goes back in this one. I'm going to put it on this page, and I'm just going to glue one side down because then I can just open it. Look at that. I could make another pocket. I don't know that I need another pocket. Kind of makes it a little bit chunky with those, but hey, that's okay. Or we can make a side pocket, whatever you want to do. So I am on Instagram at DailyDoseofHoppiness. You can tag me in your projects. I'd love to see what you're making, what you're working on. Oops. I went over the line there. We don't want to do that. Let's try this again. Be careful. There we go. Now make sure you don't go over your spine. Then it won't close. So there you go, friends. Lesson 17, peace. Peace of God that surpasses all understanding. Great Bible verses referenced in this Bible study. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.